Hello and welcome back to the Rolling Doubles podcast. My name is Ryan, and we are doing continuing coverage of Origins 2019 here in Columbus, Ohio. And I am at the Yellow booth here with Crystalei from Yellow.
Hi, how are y'all?
Very well, very well. And so you are going to be able to show us what exactly Yellow has in store for us here in Origins. So let's talk about it. Tell us what you guys got.
Yeah, so we have 4 new games coming out in the near future at Gen Con in Essen, as well as in July. Our first one that we have here is going to be Double Rumble. It is a new cartridge for the 8-bit box gaming console system. It's a fighting game where pollution has taken over the city, and which has caused a lot of criminal activity and mob bosses to be created, and you can either play solo or with another player, and you are fending off all of these evil characters to rid the city and create goodness again.
Very cool. Yeah, 8-bit box has been extremely popular, and so it's really cool that, is this an expansion?
Yes.
Very awesome,
yes.
very awesome. Very cool. So 8-bit box, the expansion. What else?
We have Ishtar, Gardens of Babylon right here. It is a Bruno Cathala game. It is due to pre-release in August and at Gen Con, and then our final release will be October at Essen. It is, the story is basically the Queen of Babylon decided that she wanted these magnificent gardens to be built by her gardener. Well, it's very difficult to build gardens in the desert, so the gardener cried out in despair, started crying, and had his tears go through the sand to the other world, in which the goddess Ishtar heard him and felt sorry for him, so she brought his tears back up to the surface and created these fountains that would never have water disappear from them. Mm-hmm. So you are playing against your opponents to become the next gardener for the queen.
Okay.
It's a tile placement and
No, it's tile placement and let's see, like gem placement, card.
Yeah, so you place the tiles down and gather the gems, and the gems can be used to purchase actions, which garner you more points in the end. You can also purchase trees to be placed on the grass placements of the tiles, and everything adds up to extra points in the end, and your little assistants that you get to place based on the specific tile action tells who is in control of the garden at the time, and the last person in control gets the points from the flowers.
Very cool, yeah. So who's the designer or designers behind Ishtar?
So it's going to be Bruno Cathala and Evan Singh.
Okay.
And Bruno has a lot of really intricate, detailed games out there. Yeah. So it's really one to look forward to in the future.
Yeah, it's really cool how you have these honeycomb-like tiles that come onto the floor, and then the garden tiles that you see here kind of intertwine and mix in between, filling up these things. So coming in from like a desert to more of like, you know, the more lush.
Terrain.
Yeah, exactly. So that's really awesome. Again, absolutely love the cover of this box. It looks awesome. So much other cool stuff here that you guys are showing off. One thing that did catch my eye is over here to my left, and is the Yokai, which is the expansion to Kamigawa. So what can people expect for those people that like Kamigawa in Yokai?
So in Yokai, we're adding more of the cards to switch out from Kamigawa, so you can be able to draw a lot more variations of paintings. It adds in the lanterns, the umbrellas, and of course the yokai pieces. Yokais are good and bad. They help you gain more diplomas, which add up to more points in the end. But if you're stuck holding them at the end, they count against you. So
I see.
You want to gather them and then get rid of them as quickly as possible.
Absolutely, absolutely. Behind that, Bunny Kingdom expansion. Richard Garfield behind Magic the Gathering, now released in the sky by for Bunny Kingdom. Is this available for sale then here at Origins?
It is.
People can pick it up?
We have a store right over there that you can purchase this. I believe, I'm not quite sure if that's on sale, but
Hopefully, I mean, hopefully it is.
Hopefully it is,
Hopefully it is.
naturally, it's $34.99,
Awesome.
so it's a great expansion to the Bunny Kingdom set as
Very
a whole.
cool.
It adds a 5th player, an extra board, new elements that can connect the boards together,
Yeah.
and of course new resources.
Amazing. That's so cool. One last thing that is also now over here on our right, because you have a whole entire table of all this great stuff. If we take a look over here, we have it's a game called Little Town.
Yes.
So Little Town, I think, so Tiny Town. But
we are battling Tiny Town.
Yeah, the battling of the miniature towns. But it looks like now you have the yellow version. And so obviously these are not the same game. These look to be very different experiences. Talk to us a little bit about
so
Little
this
Town.
is going to be tile placement and resource management. You are basically building your perfect little town that is created in your own image. There are 2 sides to the board, so no game will ever be alike. And you're gathering your resources, harvesting them, and trying to gain the most victory points between you and your teammates.
Very cool, very cool. One thing, though, that I noticed that isn't probably a part of the Little Town, that might be an expansion, is Ninja Academy. I saw some ninja bits over here, a little bit that may have been caught. But
they're intertwining.
They're just close enough. They aren't part of the actual game. But this is another small box game from Yellow, which I know you guys are very popular for doing. So, like, Welcome to the Dungeon, has this very small box quality. But it looks like Ninja Academy is right up this alley. So what is Ninja Academy?
Ninja Academy is actually a really fun party game. It's 3 to 5 players, and you are all apprentice ninjas in the academy trying to duel and have collective trials to see who is the best master ninja of the academy. There is summoning orders for each of if you are playing with 3 ninjas, 4 ninjas, or 5 ninjas.
Okay.
You start with a collective trial in which everybody participates, and then you go down through the duels, one player against the other, to see who can complete the tasks at hand.
Oh, okay, right over here.
And
so we can get that into
win
focus.
the victory points.
Very cool.
And then this is
there's more of the
trial.
continuing cards over there. Very cool. Awesome.
And then we have the little classroom fighting area that you can use your meeples and their wood pieces to complete the tasks at hand.
Yes, I really love the dojo, and that's the inside of the box, correct?
Yes, that's inside the box.
Being able to just have this really cool little mini dojo in the middle of the box. Very cool. Anything else that you guys have going on for Yellow?
Not at the moment. We have we're expanding our Loki line, which is children's games to teach you individual elements of the gaming process.
Okay.
And like I said, these are coming out. Little Town is going to be July. Ninja Academy is going to be at Gen Con in August. Ishtar is going to be pre-released in August, and then final at Essen in October.
Yep.
And then we have July also Double Rumble for Bitbox.
You guys have a busy summer.
Yes, we do.
That's fantastic. Well, again, thank you so very much for being on the show.